Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm mom times 3, 2 with special needs. So, I usually do medical reviews, and I did do a special tribute to my kids. So, if you're interested to see that, I'm kind of long-winded, and it's a tribute to my children. You can find it on my channel. All I can say about that is if you're out, remember patience. Patience, patience, patience. You don't know what somebody else is going through. Don't stare, ask questions. That's what I got to say about that. But, on to my review. Today I'm going to do a medical review of my hysterectomy. Okay, I'm not going to be showing my parts, just so you know. I will tell you there was a small incision put in my belly button. I had to have what was called a radical hysterectomy. For my radical hysterectomy, I spent 24 hours in the hospital just so they could keep me monitored. My cervix went, my uterus went, and my fallopian tubes went. Okay, so here's the deal. They're going to go in. Do not watch some of the procedure type videos. Don't do it. You're going to scare yourself. Trust me, I did it. I was paranoid. They were ripping people's insides out, cutting them out. No. That is like a last-ditch effort if they have to pull everything out and then restuff everything back in. That's a last-ditch effort. Please know that they're not going to do that. Most likely what they're going to do is they're going to do a laparoscopy procedure. I don't know. Here, and in my belly button, I have surgery scars. Sorry. Spoiler alert, I'm fat. Anyways, I had a radical hysterectomy because I was having some benign cervical issues, like they were having to do biopsies every year to watch me because I had precancerous cells. It was just a mess. The reason I got my uterus taken out is I was bleeding. I was bleeding a lot. Okay, when I say a lot, I meant I bled through a super tampon and a pad in an hour. I would bleed anywhere from 7 to 21 days, and then I would be off of my period, like clean, not even anything, for 3 to 10 days. That's it. And then I would be right back on. I was becoming anemic. My body was showing slow signs that I was becoming anemic because I was losing so much blood. I was often just very fatigued because of all the blood loss. I just had a lot of problems. So the first time, what they did is they did what was called an endometrial ablation. Okay, now let me explain this to you. Maybe I should do a medical review on that too. Okay, real quick. Endometrial ablation. When you're bleeding like I was, they go in there and it looks like a gun. And what it does is they go in and they open it up. And it's like this gold lining in here. And it's very small. And what it does is they spend about 90 seconds inside of your uterus. Now, during that time, they're sending radio frequencies to just cauterize the endometrial lining so that it can't shed. It scars it so it can't shed. Now, this procedure is made to last. Some people, I've heard that on a rare occasion, it lasts some people like 10, 15 years, but on most of the time, it lasts like 5 to 8 years, is what I was told. So, when I got this done, it was done, and you don't have a period most of the time after you get this done. Maybe some light bloodshed at the very beginning. Other than that, you're good to go. I had a little bit of light bleeding right after the procedure. It was very, very easy. It was an easy procedure. It was outpatient. If you have any questions about the endometrial ablation, please put them down below. If you like to see more videos, hit the like or subscribe button. So post any questions down below. But the endometrial ablation, it was super easy. I was up and going the next day. You know, it was, you go in, you have this a little, where they burn your endometrial lining and they scar it up. So the problem with this is ladies, if you do want more children, or even think you want more children, or even having the notion of the baby fever that from time to time that says you want more kids, do not do this. It is final. Once you do it, it's done. No more kids. So, if you do not want more kids, you should go ahead and proceed. If you do want more kids, even the thought of you want more kids, don't do it. Of course, this does not affect. Go to your doctors. Get the medical professionals' opinions. I'm just telling you my opinion. This is my story. This is how my story went, okay? Do not take me for a physician's medical opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm a medical assistant, but I'm not a doctor, okay? So don't ever use my stuff as a medical opinion, okay? Or medical facts, because this is just my facts. This is what happened to me. This is my story, okay? But with the endometrial ablation, they burn the uterine lining, so you're not going to be able to have any more kids. But you also won't have a period, which is like, hey. And if you've been through the bleeding long enough, like I had, I'm sorry to say, but it's like, oh my, I think I deserve some time without a period. Sorry, my washer and dryer just stopped. So it was like, yay, I deserve some time off because it had been a while. So they go in, they burn it, and you're done. Well, you know, with me, it only lasted 3 years, and then I went back to bleeding again. Well, in the meantime, while all of this is happening, now I've got this issue with having the precancerous cells removed, and I'm getting a lot of cysts that are bursting on my fallopian tube, and it's actually starting to be concerning for my doctor. So what my doctor did is, my doctor decided, she asked me, she's like, hey, is there any chance? I was like, I had an endometrial ablation. No, there's no chance. I don't want any more kids. I have 3. I don't need any more. So what she did is she scheduled me. She ran some tests with my blood and stuff to make sure I was okay. And then she went in. We scheduled it, and I went in. The surgery was very quick. It did not take very long. My ride to surgery said, I think it only took about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I was taken upstairs and I was observed for about 24 hours. The procedure, it didn't hurt after, because you're medicated, so you're not in any pain. The surgery incisions are very easy to watch. Just make sure they stay clean and dry. Never remove bandaging before your doctor tells you to. With me, it was no baths for, I think it was like 6 weeks. I couldn't have a bath. So it was like 6 weeks. Sorry, I don't know what that did in my video. Somebody just tried to call me. 6 weeks, no baths, showers only after I was given my release for that, which I think the release for that was 2 weeks. It was sponge baths only, just because they don't want you to get your incisions wet. Now, you will, most likely, you will not have any scars in your vaginal area. Now, there is chances where they could go across the top of the pubic area, and there's even chances that I've heard of that they could slice downward. Most of the time, those are not done. Mine was done laparoscopically, so it was easy, it was quick. I did have some recovery time. My recovery time was about 2 weeks. And it wasn't that I was down for 2 weeks. It was just that I moved a little bit slower because, you know, I did have those incisions across my stomach and stuff. And I needed to make sure I wasn't bending and doing a whole bunch of crazy movements and busting the stitches, because you don't want to do that. Other than that, it's a very easy it's a very easy surgery. It's quick, it's easy, it's done, it's taken care of. No more kids, no more periods, and no more bleeding. If you have bleeding and pain like I did, it's not a good thing. So, endometrial ablation, easy, quick, 90 seconds of radio frequency to cauterize the lining, and out on your way. The hysterectomy, mine was called a radical hysterectomy. It was done laparoscopically. I have no uterus, I have no cervix, and I have no fallopian tubes. What they did is at the cervical, where your cervix comes in, where your vaginal canal ends, and then your cervix comes in, and before it gets to the uterus that's up here, and then your fallopian tubes, what they did is that when they removed the cervix, which is the lining above your vaginal canal, they took a piece of skin, like a hymen. It's like a hymen. They took a piece of skin and just closed it up. So because I would be like guts up and in, and you don't need some just dead air space into your guts. So what they did is they sewed a piece of skin there, kind of like a hymen, again, and to close it up, to close up that cervical entryway. So when the doctors are the only ones that can get to it, and if you do puncture it, I'm pretty sure you would bleed, but I don't think that that's a very likely happening thing, because it's far enough back that it's kind of a rare thing, I'm sure. But if you are looking for hysterectomy questions, if you're looking for endometrial ablation questions, please go ahead and post them down there. I will get to you as soon as I see the questions. I try to get back to you guys, but I want you guys to know that it's not hard procedures. It's in, out, and on your way. And I tell you what, you're in good shape after you're done. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to post them down below. And I appreciate everybody for their likes, their sponsors, or not sponsors, but your likes, your subscribes, and thank you, and God bless. Bye.